Hi guys, KatimaGaming here, and today I want to talk about the Witcher series from Netflix coming from a video gamer's perspective. Now, I have about 400 hours on The Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt. I've never read the books. As a matter of fact, I want to read the books, but I actually don't want to buy them because I don't want to support the author. I think the author is just the idiotic douchebag. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Witcher author versus CD Projekt Red. You'll get what I mean. So as a person who actually played The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt extensively, I wanted to share with you what I thought about the series, even if the series was based on the book. Now, we can't deny the fact that the majority of viewers of The Witcher actually play the video games by CD Projekt Red. Considering that the game itself is one of the biggest RPG of this generation. It was so good, guys. You have got to pick it up. It's no surprise that the Netflix series is gaining a lot of attention. As a matter of fact, if you heard the news, there have been a resurgence of players coming back to play The Witcher 3 again after the release of the Netflix series. Even if the game is already 5 years old, people are just playing it again after watching the series simply because probably they were inspired. They wanted to go through the story again. It answered a lot of questions. So we could definitely say that the majority of people who actually watch the Witcher series play the video game. Okay. First of all, I wanted to give you my thoughts of it as a video gamer and not as a person who read the book. And I wanted to tell you what was good, what's bad about it, and I think what can be improved on it. All right. So first of all, the series really is, well, generally, it serves as a great supplement to the video game lore. It's amazing. It answers so many questions that wasn't covered in the video game. Things like how Geralt got his nickname as the Butcher of Blaviken. Oh my gosh, that made so much sense. Or how did Yennefer come to be? Seeing how much pain she had to go through to become who she is today, at least based on the video game timeline. We also get to know how Geralt actually had his destiny intertwined with Ciri. How did he become responsible for Ciri? And how did Geralt and Yennefer started their relationship, and how did Jaskier get involved in Geralt's life? I mean, all of these things really come together in the series and answer so many questions. And it's like I said, if you play the video game, everything just makes more sense now. As for the characters per se, Henry, of course, Henry Cavill. Oh my gosh, he was amazing as Geralt. Now, I thought he was too big for the character, and my previous videos that I talked about before, when I was talking about what was to be expected of the series compared to the video game, I was afraid that Geralt Henry would be too big, and he was. But because his acting was so convincing and he was so charming, and he used this lower register, similar to Geralt's character in the video game, he was convincing, and everybody thought he did a great job. Yes, he did. And even though he was running with a British accent, Geralt in the video game ran with an American accent. But the fact that he used this lower register, Yennefer, the way he just says that, is really sexy. It's awesome. Every time we see Geralt on the scene, Henry Cavill just nails it, and it's very exciting. Now, of course, as a gamer, we can't help ourselves but have like a pre-built image of the characters in our head from the video game, and we want to see some kind of similarity of the characters in the series. And that's how I felt kind of disappointed by how inaccurate the video game characters were to the series and vice versa. Like, for example, Triss Merigold wasn't a white redhead. Yennefer didn't have her striking, stunning resemblance from the video game. Jaskier was sort of smaller, I think. But I think, like, at the end of the day, you can get over that very quickly, because the main meat of the series, per se, is for you to care about the character. Similar about like all RPG video games, you start caring about the character, and this is really the whole reason why you want to watch The Witcher, why you want to continue the next episode in the series and binge watch it, even because you want to know what happens next to these people, and that's, I think, the main allure of The Witcher. Not the action, not the magic, the characters, the acting, and the people. For example, one of my favorite characters was Calanthe. Oh my gosh, Calanthe was so awesome. The actress per se, she did such a great job because you could really see her as the High Queen of Sintra. She has so much pressure and burden on her shoulders. She just felt like she was so tired ruling in the world of men, and you see this throughout maybe 3 episodes in, and it was just really an emotional trip. And I have to keep reminding myself, and like I said, I got over it very quickly, but I had to keep reminding myself that this is the Witcher series from the book and not the Witcher from the video game. And if you can get over that, guys, if you can just get over that hill, then the series just becomes much, much more easier to watch. I mean, the fight scenes, especially in the first episode, was so much fun to watch. Geralt will get into so many situations, from fighting in tight alleys, slaying monsters, even battling on top of a mountain with dragons. Overall, the action, the effects, yeah, they were really great, and they were very exciting, even especially coming towards the finale with so much explosion and so much magic. The monsters look absolutely terrifying. Magics and effects look stunning. So it's a really fun fantasy series to get into. And yeah, the hype is real. The hype is justified. The lore as well is very, very rich in this series, and it wants you to learn more about what is going on in this world. And this leads me to the first problem of the series, is that not everyone can pick this up, guys. If you've never read the books or even played the video games, you'll be lost with almost everything in the series. Yeah, I binge watched this series with my wife, and she had nothing but questions every single time. Why this? Why that? Baby, what's going on? Good questions, of course, very, very good questions that was never really answered in the series at all. Like, for example, her first question, why is Nilfgaard attacking? Why? What's the reason why they're attacking? He never answers that in the entire series, right? What makes Pavetta and Ciri so special? What's the special power that they have? Who's the White Flame? What happened to Dooney? Why are there less and less Witchers happening? Why can't they make more in Kaer Morhen? What's this potion that Witchers keep drinking before they fight monsters? What is the true meaning? What is the law of surprise? What the F is a Witcher, and why do people hate them? It just goes to show, every time we finish an episode, we just Google it. It's like, yeah, it's been since 2017 since I picked up this game, since I played it last. So I forgot most of the lore too. I do have an encyclopedia here somewhere as a book, but still, all of these were great questions that doesn't explain it. So take note that the last time I played this game was in 2017. So it may be awesome to see some familiar elements in the game to be in the movie per se. But I still couldn't get what's going on. And like I said, I just had to keep looking up stuff, So if you haven't read the book or you haven't played the game, you'd be as confused as a monkey trying to do math. I'm telling you, it was actually overwhelming because there were many things that was not told. And like I said, I've been arguing with a lot of people, and this is the reason why I still believe The Mandalorian was so much easier to watch compared to The Witcher, because even though you don't have any knowledge of, let's say, the Star Wars series, you could just pick this up and you just care about the characters instantly, and you don't need too much background. Same with Game of Thrones. I know you don't want to compare The Witcher with the Game of Thrones, but that's what made Game of Thrones really amazing, is because the lore it literally held your hand towards the entire lore. Even though the book was so extensive, you did not need to read any of it. Just start from episode 1 of season 1 and just go through it, and you're right into it. And I think that's what The Witcher really, really missed out, and it was really, really difficult for those who have no idea what the lore was all about. Also, the story was just so choppy. I mean, it's not until like episode 2 or 3 that you realize that things have been going on in different timelines. It goes back and forth, and then you just realize, it's in the last 2 or 3 episodes, I mean. And she's like, oh, so it's going on before that. Oh, this is happening after now. Oh, Yennefer's timeline it's not going on right now. Oh, Geralt, this was before. Now we're in Geralt's scene. Yeah, this happened before. Nilfgaard didn't attack yet. in Geralt's timeline. So we were just like, the writing, for example, was also an issue for me. I mean, that episode with the Law of Surprise, I think, was a horrible episode. The episodes were not consistent. Some were fun, some were just really poor writing. Like everything happened in the Law of Surprise with the ballroom scene. The Law of Surprise thing just happened so fast. Everything was just happening left and right. Oh, this happened. Oh, that happened. Yes, I'm marrying her. No, this cannot be. Oh, yes, I have superpowers. It's just so cheesy. Oh, the curse has been lifted. Just all of that happened at the same time. It's like, I enact the law of surprise. Like, oh, crap. It's very cheesy. It's very choppy. It felt like a live action anime. And at least when it's a live action anime, you can forgive it a little bit because it's trying to base itself to an anime. Yennefer's romance also with Geralt felt very, very thin. I wasn't convinced about their relationship because in the video game, Geralt and Yennefer have this strong bond. Of course, at the end of the day, you can choose, but you want to know what kept them this close, what kept them tight, what made Geralt so crazy about Yennefer and vice versa. And sure, you get the idea and the backstory about it, but how they got crazy with each other was just very thin. I wasn't convinced about it to the point that, you know what, I don't even care anymore. It is what it is, I guess. So yeah, I wish they would follow through more on that as well. So yeah, overall, I think The Witcher is a great supplement to the video game, but that's as far as it goes, guys. It caters to fans of the book and of the video game, and those who aren't familiar with the lore will just find this to be a hard watch. It was a hard watch for my wife, and it will be a hard watch to all of my... I have a lot of friends who weren't into The Witcher, and when they were watching this, they just couldn't get into it. You know, and everyone was trying to find their Game of Thrones fix. This is not it. This is not it. And like I said, it's only good if it's only good and it's only exciting if you read the book or at least play the video game. I'd give this score an average of 6 out of 10. Now, the Rotten Tomatoes critics are giving this around 66% the last time I checked. And fans, obviously fans who play the video game, obviously they read the book, they love this stuff. So subjectively, they're going to give it a 90%. It got 90% in Rotten Tomatoes. But I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Simply, well, it's a good 6 out of 10. I know this is a harsh score, but I wish the lore was easier to follow for everyone. If you wanted to get the Witcher series to the general public, to make it a Game of Thrones, to make it a Star Wars kind of phenomenon, you've got to hold their hands, okay? But at the end of the day, you know, I thought, like, for me personally, and I think I could speak for all the people who played video games, as a video gamer, if I load up Witcher 3 The Wild Hunt again, thanks to the series, I will never see the characters the same ever again. And it will definitely be a new experience. That's why I'm looking forward to getting the Witcher on Switch and playing it again, because now I have a new perspective of all of these characters and I will never see them the same. And it's definitely going to be a new experience. So that's my thought of it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you thought about the Witcher series or the video games down in the comments below. Like and subscribe. It helps us a lot. And I'll see you in our past, present, and future videos. Sawadee krap.